they would aspire to be part of the governance of the country. I want to thank you for the gracious opportunity granted me to share my thought with you. I wish you well. Ghana is all we have as students. It's good you've taken this up and you invited us to share our perspectives with you in your academic exercise. God bless you, and may long live this university.
Right. I think it's right that we be outstanding and we clap for him. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
On the issue of the arrest of party functionaries, I think that I agree with you totally that the decision of the trial court judge, especially in the Agonia case, defies every logic and every legal principles that I have come into contact with as a young lawyer. That point must be made. That decision, when I read it last night, I was embarrassed by that decision, especially as a government spokesperson. I simply it didn't just sit well with me. I tried to look for justification behind such a decision, but I simply couldn't. But this is why I disagree with leader. Many of you in your social studies class, you know the difference when it comes to separation of powers and the different arms of government. The judiciary is on its own. The executive is on its own. The legislature is on its own. And this government promised a reset. It may be difficult for many of you to agree that we are not interfering when it comes to the functions of the judiciary. But I can tell you with all sincerity and certainty, based on where I sit, that we are doing everything within our power not to interfere when it comes to the functions of the judiciary and how they go about their judgments. And so this judgment that was released yesterday is nothing but a poor decision emanating from one of our arms of government, which is the judiciary. The very reason why the National Democratic Congress, under His Excellency President John Evans Atta Mills, made a promise in opposition to reset the judiciary. And if you read the judgment fully, you see, we are having to deal with the effects of the bad political interventions of the last regime. In 8 months, we may not be able to cure all that, but we are doing our best. And this judgment is one of the effects of the last 8 years. If you read the judgment, the same judge alluded to the fact that in 2023, he remanded an NDC activist for insulting Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as president of the Republic of Ghana. That same judge. And many of us in the NDC then condemned him for that action. It is that same judge who remanded the wound-me presenter. I'm sure you guys have read it. So in his mind, what he did, and he was hailed under Nana Addo, he can be forgiven to think that this government will also hail him. So when I read the judgment, I saw it more as self-serving agenda to force down a consistency narrative down our throats to defend. And that is not why the NDC won power. The NDC did not win power to continue the perpetuation of illegality as far as our law courts are concerned. So my dear brothers and sisters, like leader said, the judgment is bad, but when you read it or you hear them make commentary about it in the media, remind them that these are still the negative legacies of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
That's right now.
Yetu abaye ye research ewie. Ye nimse aban ene ye party ye mfomso. Ye mfomso. Bebre ewo ye governance no mo. Niema wo ho a afise ye beye yanye. Ye maybe to wo ho a ye anka ye hu from the background so a ye enti mejina ha ye nyina ha ye ka ho bi. Vice President, ministers, MPs, board chairman, appointees yenyina yayem from so pacho momfan cheyen why momfan cheyen yenyina yaya from so momfan cheyen na yesua ye lessons nyame adom ena mode franka na hyemensa me be ye president embasabium ya belle ni ye lessons momfan cheyen embasabium.
Tell yourself the truth. Why were you saying break the 8? Because you knew that it has never happened before. You were just trying to do the impossible. So if you are trying to do an impossible thing and it hasn't happened, why are you hard on yourself? For what reason? You know it. That's why you were doing break the 8. Because you know that it is difficult to break the 8. That's why you made it your slogan. That's number one. Number two, you knew that no first-time candidate has won an election in this Fourth Republic. You know that. And you have done 8 years. You have presented a new candidate and you didn't win. And you are beating yourself. Wallahi, I'm not beating myself. Wallahi, I understand it. I'm not upset. And I don't think that anybody is responsible for anything. We did our best. Why? If we had won the election, would we have formed a committee to look at why we won? You will not. You would have thought that the campaign team was perfect. The campaign manager and Nana Komia and all these people would have added it as more badges of honor, as more laurels that they have won. Because they did their best. So if they didn't win, so be it. As Muslims, we are all taught to say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. That's all. It's a very simple matter. So, Bob Marley says, he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. In our case, we didn't even fight and run away. We fought and we are here. We are fighting again. So I beg you, I just came to Damango to say that all these things General Secretary and Co are saying, Dr. Bawumia, well, they are nice guys. I'm not a very nice guy. So they are nice guys. They will say they are sorry, they did this. But wallahi, there is no policy that the MPP implemented that I am sorry about. Wallahi, I'm not sorry about anything. We did our best for this country. And there is nothing that John Mahama will ever do that will match anything that we have done. Nothing. Nothing. Wallahi, nothing. Look, already see what's going on in governance. Today they appoint somebody chief executive. Tomorrow they change him and take him here. Tomorrow, my oil refinery, they appointed Combat. The next week they removed him and brought Suleimana. Yesterday they removed Suleimana. This is a confused government. They are not going anywhere. They are not going anywhere. And so let us stand together. We, like I told you, myself and Clifford and Co, we started from opposition. We started in 1991-92 as opposition people. So opposition is not something that frightens us at all. It doesn't frighten us at all. If you attend Presec, Achimota, and you become a great man, I don't care about you. I respect somebody who attended Damango Secondary School or Boku Secondary School and becomes a big man. So fighting from the ground up, that is what resilience it is. You cannot win always. You cannot win always. I have a son, my firstborn, who says he's going to contest to be constituency secretary for Medina. I told him, I said, Zaki, I am going to come to Medina and campaign against you to lose. Why? Because all through his life, he's been winning elections. JHS, SRC president, SRC president, CAS4 Hall secretary, SRC president, UCC. I said, no. You see, if you are winning all the time, you will tend to believe in your own invincibility. Sometimes it is important to lose, to learn humility, and learn that God exists. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
So maybe $20 million. Let's share the $20 million contract for 50 people, and we see how much we can do. Okay, so people. Here is also no which can just say and your party didn't have. Oh, the agency of you are over for more than 12 appointments. Position Ojaho and this for the figure. I'm to you. You see, and your NPP and these same people are coming to you. You can feel who says here. Don't sell yourself cheap. So, and go for the board, but as a media, I was so I be a friend of it. So, who came in your domain, and now one year, and Pomona, and Modin, Man Adachi, everything I'm working here. Man Adachi, everything I'm working here. The Yami party welfare. Yummy. We need to build this party. Hey, and you will say, and listen. Can you believe that? I think 5 contestants, what was it development fee? We have 4 million. 4 million because party any capital. 80 may find 400,000. Maybe filing 500,000. Now, man, we don't feel so good here. It's man fat angle. And when I branch back, the cabo was now 4 million on the buy. Now, say, 4 million. I just like, look, and then Samuel, make your mom a deadline. Set on the 5th, a deadline to bring my 4 million. So I have to give them 4 million. Yes. Businessmen, you have to create rich people in the party. And coming by, businessmen are creating, take over all the costs.
There are a few wheelbarrow contractors who have come to me who are here, they're distributing projects under the big push. I want one. I said, my friend, this is not for wheelbarrow contractors. You are my friend, but I won't give you because it's not for wheelbarrow contractors. On this road, as I said, is Oswald Investments Limited. And I can say with my hand on my heart that he is one of our best local contractors. The good thing is he works with speed. He works very fast, but he doesn't compromise quality. And so I want to assure the people of Dodowa, Fienya, Dawenya, that you have on your road one of the best Ghanaian contractors doing your road. We've given him 24 months to finish, but he has whispered in my ear that he'll do it in shorter than 24 months. And I want to assure him that payments will not be a problem.
she is now ascending into history as the first female Vice Republic of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, Madam Vice President, Her Excellency, Professor Nana Opoku Ajuma. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
And this man is not new to all of us. We've been with him over the years. Unbelievable. And many people didn't know, but many years down the line, she's here now as the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, and I am definitely very proud of her.
And she is a woman of many firsts. Not only was she the first Vice Chancellor of the State University of Cape Coast, she's also climbed to the highest point, one of the most incredible opportunities ever granted. Ladies and gentlemen, she is now ascending into history as the first female Vice President.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning. Today is the 18th of September 2025. It's a wonderful, fantastic Thursday morning. Thank God we're still alive in King. We want to say a big thanks to the Almighty God for giving us another rare privilege of returning here to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that matter to you and I. So welcome to Good Morning Ghana. Welcome to the show. My name is Aldo Moro. This is Metro TV. We'll go straight ahead and look at what the newspapers are reporting this morning by way of their headlines, and starts as usual with the Daily Graphic this morning. It says BOG drops policy rate to 21.5%. It says your investment are safe. Nana Oye Bampo Ado. Beniyiri conflict, trauma, agony, grip displaced victims. That's Daily Graphic. The Daily Searchlight. Monetary policy rate slashed by 3.5% to 21.5%. And there's Ghana launches 2025 Diaspora Summit, reaffirms commitment to global African unity. And there's 2026 MPP presidential primary. Kennedy Japan seeks grassroots votes, pledges welfare. Prudential Bank organizes Prudential Bank. Apologize for that. Now, Prudential Bank organizes prostate cancer screening for residents of Abu Abu. Metro Lens. Rafmo Gold director deny gold smuggling allegations. Asante Hema goes home today. BOG reduces policy rate from 25 to 21.5%. Brian A. Champon, I am for bold and action leadership. The Ghanaian Times. Ensuring road safety. Government to crack down on rickety vehicles. Transport Minister. That's a good call. I fully support this. Automotive industry receives boost. Triton Motors to locally assemble GAC vehicles. And there's a Access waste into wells. Gaio provides solution. MIF awards scholarships to 45 female students of UMatt. Daily Guide. TikToker jailed 7 months over threat to kill president. Public debt hits 628.8 billion cedis. Selective justice, mass dismissal erode Mahama's goodwill. Report. Kumasi shuts down as Asantehima goes home today. The Insight. Brian Echampo, he says, is champion of bold decisions and real results. Collapsed bridge threatens our lives, livelihoods, and Manasseh chiefs, elders cry out. Asantehima funeral, Apostle Samuel Amagashi urges youth to embrace Ghanaian culture. Trasacco rejects religious Spain over its ownership of Baltimore lands. UN Commission report says Israel has committed genocide in Gaza Strip. 23 former parliamentary aspirants of NDC appeal to President Mahama for support. Daily Democrat. Ghana secures $3.5 billion oil investment at Africa Oil Week, and as Gold Board cracks down on criminal syndicate. 23 NDC 2024 PCs appeal to President Mahama. Trasacco reaffirms respect for Muslims, defends Baltimore land rights. CSRI confirms PBR cowpea matches conventional nutrition. Government opens portal for coconut seedling distribution. The New Republic. OSP's Rambo Star raid on SML. Did Japan sabotage his own case against SML with a bull in a China shop invasion? Mosquito's thank you tour sparks fears of early presidential campaign. The ghost of Jubilee House. Why Mahama's war on corruption is a tricky one. Loot recovery, key to Ghana's progress, says Professor Kweku Asari. Ghana lands $1.5 billion oil and gas deal. And NPP's IMF deal sinks Ghanaians as utility tariffs skyrocket. Bahama storms Volta with 44 billion cedis big push road bonanza. Daily Post. Ghana signs $1.5 billion deal with ENI and Vitol to boost oil and gas production. Susie Pinamang undergoes successful medical review in London after eye surgery fully sponsored by Ibrahim Mahama. Tokono challenges her removal as Justice of the Supreme Court. Charlotte Osei recounts threats during tenure as EC boss. Right, so that's it for the newspapers we have today by way of headlines. Now let's check out what's on metrotvonline.com.
unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
Nara, we ding at the baby dapa. Mediatia strong crown a bremo. Now did what you animal with the Japan of the bremo. And no any summer spices. Summer spices in here. And wow, no brio. Various flavors. Ubenya a yako. Ubenya nemchi. You do good jollof woman and we get there. Ubenya you do quam. You do for you. Hot nako pibito. Na Emma with Piani. And yet day. When you mean ya, young con your competition for Eka.
Down with your communication, you all enjoy Uduba, that Samu spices. What in the essence, no time. I'm going to get Dariaga. Samu spices in a Sabi, Daddy so say. Samu spices, Moon Sam.
Samu spices, Yama chicken.
Samu spices.
In Sanaka in Kitswa, measure 10 grams. Your chicken, spaghetti, garlic and ginger, stew, and jollof, and the flavors of Fodobebre.
Samu spices, yes, Saka.
I'm a brand manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Brush, 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 brush your teeth. Brush, 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 2 times a day. Brush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky chicky whiter, chicky chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kit, happy smile.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety. Creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Promo. Your most preferred estate partner
is giving a massive 20% discount on land sale. Yes, for our Founders Day promo, Estate Masters is offering this special discount for outright purchases up till the end of September 2025.
Purchase your tracks today.
This cuts across all our available sites, and upon purchase, you get to enjoy a free indenture and free site plan. Our site visits are also free, so rush now and secure a plot of land while this offer lasts. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
Yetu abayewie ye research ewie. Yenim se aban ene ye party ye infomso. Ye infomso. Bebre ewo ye governance no mu. Niema wo ho a afi se ye beye yanye. Ye mebi tu wo ho a ye a anka ye hu from the background so a ye enti mejina ha ye nyina ye ka ho bi. Vice President, ministers, MPs, board chairman, appointees, yenyina yayem from so pacho momfanche and why momfanche yenyina ya from so momfanche na yesua your lessons nyame adom ena mode franka ne hyemensa me be ye president Embasabium. Ya belle your lessons. Monfanche Embasabium.
Tell yourself the truth. Why were you saying break the 8? Because you knew that it has never happened before. You were just trying to do the impossible. So if you are trying to do an impossible thing and it hasn't happened, why are you hard on yourself? For what reason? You know it. That's why you were doing break the 8. Because you know that it is difficult to break the 8. That's why you made it your slogan. That's number one. Number two, you knew that no first-time candidate has won an election in this Fourth Republic. You know that.
So you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. I also need to let you know that we are now broadcasting on satellite and we're also on the multi-TV platform. So as I always advise, once you get a decoder, you'll be able to enjoy our wonderful, fantastic programs here on both Original TV and Metro TV, which is all part of the Ignite Media group. So that's a piece of good news if you're hearing it for the first time. We're now on multi-TV, Metro TV, Original TV. We're now on multi-TV. And also, in case you want to watch our programs on your digital, the various digital platforms, we're there, live and colored and very, very clear, crystal clear, with, the visuals are fantastic. It's Metro TV Ghana. Facebook, Metro TV Ghana. YouTube is Metro TV Ghana. On X is Metro TV Ghana. And on IG or Instagram is Metro TV Ghana. Again, let me say that I have some a piece of good news for you, or some fantastic news for you. It is that Estate Masters is giving you the opportunity to be a landlord today by selling litigation-free land with genuine documents in a serene environment. So grab yours now at Ningo Pram Pram, close to the Central University, and Chopoli, which is close to the newly proposed airport city. You can also get some of our lands at Pamfokram, I believe I got that, Pamfokram, after Kaswa and Kufuridia. So call these two numbers, 059388 0593884696 or 0509338506. 0509338506. So that's it. Please grab a land, start putting up something for yourself and your family, and let's say a big thanks to Estate Masters. Anyway, so joining me this morning is a man who hasn't been here in a while, but as you do know, he's a very busy man. He's also, because apart from the fact that he's an MP, he's also a private legal practitioner. He's a member of parliament for the people of the Ifia constituency. I'm talking about the man Isaac Boama Nyako. He's here with us. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning.
Yes, yes, representing the New Patriotic Party, you know, and I will also be joined shortly by Fred Agbanyo, who is MP for Guan, and also a board member of ECG, who is joining us shortly for a conversation. Chief.
Moro.
Long time.
Yes, a long time man no see you.
We have not been seeing you.
I did.
I was made to understand that if I want to see you, I would have to come to the United States of America.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. I picked the intel.
Oh, Moro.
And so I was preparing to come over when I was told that you're now in town.
You see, I'm back.
So, but I hope it was a good trip.
Yes, Moro. You know, Parliament took a break sometime end of July. And so it was important as members of Parliament to return to our constituencies and continue to engage and see how best we can facilitate some development in our constituencies. So I went straight to the constituency when Parliament went on recess. I spent about 2 to 3 weeks in the constituency, did a lot of engagement. You know, as I always say, my constituency is not one born out of land for agricultural purposes or for mining, amongst others. We're dealing with manpower development and capacity building, and trading. So I had to engage the business community in my constituency, finding out their business, how it is going, what are the challenges they are facing as a people, and what I can fashion out to help and assist them in their work. I also did a lot of community engagement, visiting households to know how they are also doing, discussing with them the work of Parliament after its second meeting, and what are some of the new interventions that Parliament has rolled out in terms of the laws, and how best as a people we can also take advantage. So these were some of the things that happened before I took a break to also rest out of the jurisdiction, and I'm back. Coming back, a lot of activities are lined up. You know, our junior high school people, the SHS placement has come. And so they'll be going back to school. We need to see how best we can assist them. The school reopened not long ago, also the basic school. Supposed to donate some exercise books and other materials and logistics for basic schools as well. And so post this weekend and the whole of next week and the coming weeks, it's all about constituency developmental work as a member of Parliament. My focus to improve on health is also key on the agenda, how to support health issues in the constituency, water sanitation issues, amongst others. So, so far, it looks good. 9 months, I think we've done what we have to do for the good people of Ifia. And let me say a very good morning to your cherished viewers as well, for their loyalty to this particular show, and for you and the leadership you are showing also, and also to the good people of Ifia. Unfortunately, last week I lost one of my police station executives, one Kingsley Abbey. We popularly call him Exdo, very young, energetic man in his mid-40s. And so I want to extend my deepest condolences to the family, particularly another brother who is a police station executive, Ejib. and the entire family, the mother. I pray that God will comfort them in this trying moment. And as I come back to the constituency, we plan for a befitting burial service for him. And Joe Bedwansa, you know, my former member of parliament for Ifia Kwesiminti, the mother has also passed on. They are doing the funeral this weekend in Takoradi.
Okay.
And so we will all be in Takoradi. I'm extending an invitation to Ghana to come to the Western region. You know, we are also preparing ourselves for the Christmas. And Christmas, everywhere, every road leads to Takoradi. And so this weekend also, Joe Bedwansa's mother's funeral.
Right.
I want to again wish him well, and we will be there to support him.
I see. So far so good. It's been a restful. So you were out there for how many? 2, 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
About, yeah.
I hope it was restful.
Yeah, but even there, you still have to review some documents. There are committees that we serve also in Parliament. We have some work we still continue to do.
Right.
Even today we are reporting to review Security and Exchange Commission documents. That's the Finance Committee. So we'll be looking at that over the weekend as well.
I see. We'll put up your profile on yes. Our production team has been up and running.
Yeah.
They've done some digging about you, and you see that on your screens. Yeah. That's fine. So, how's your party doing? The New Patriotic Party, from where you sit, what you're taking on the grounds, talking to people, interacting with people. The internal contest is heating up. It's just about 4 months away, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's January 31. So far, we know 5 persons have come out to publicly declare that they're interested. Boache Jakon, we don't know. We're told that he's had a change of mind. Perhaps he's looking more at contesting as chairman, the national chairmanship position. We also haven't heard from Adanimo, but it looks like Adanimo doesn't intend to go again. So for now, we know it's Kwabena J. Japon, we know it's Dr. Brandy Champo, we know Kenny Japon, we know Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bamia, and then we know about Dr. Yao or Seidu Chum. And they've all been selling their messages and telling Ghanaians why they have to be voted for the party delegates, let me put it that way, why they have to be voted for, and so on and so forth. We're also aware that a committee has been set up by the national, the chairman of the Council of Elders, to basically shepherd and to guide, oversee matters of conduct when it comes to public commentary and so on and so forth. Make sure that it's more issue-based and not personality attack. Just recently, must have been, I think this weekend or so, the former vice president, your former standard bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bamia, has been apologizing to Ghanaians as well and saying that, yes, as an organization, we're not fallible. We made some mistakes. Forgive us. We'll do better. It's triggered all kinds of reactions. Some say, good job. Some say, why now? And what is your basis for apologizing? And what are you even apologizing for? So it looks like the reactions are mixed. Put all of that in context for us from where you sit. What is the status of your party? Are you on track? The apology issues and so on and so forth, and also the messaging, and so on and so forth. What do you think?
Yeah, thank you very much, Muru. I think 9 months down the line, after we lost the elections in December, a lot have gone on within the New Patriotic Party, and it is important that we let the people of Ghana know that we stand as a very credible, strong political force in this country, a political party that has led Ghana over 2 8-year period. If you look for a political party that has brought significant transformation in this country, you need to count on the New Patriotic Party. Under President John Agyekum Kufuor's tenure, that was when we rolled out the National Health Insurance Scheme, which continues to be a flagship program improving our health delivery system and support in this country. You remember the capitation grant, school feeding. These were all major pro-poor policy directions from the New Patriotic Party that continues to benefit the good people of Ghana. Then, under President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's 8-year period, we rolled out the free SHS, one of the biggest policy directions of any government. Right in the first year of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the free SHS was rolled out. At some point, we are made to believe over 3.5 million Ghanaians benefited from it. Even the new National Democratic Congress, NDC, sees wisdom in all of these, and that is why they continue to also push the free SHS initiative. And so from a governance point of view, as a political party, we can't discount the contribution of MPP to the socio-economic development of this country. In the midst of it, the MPP has also made a lot of mistakes.
Right.
You take, particularly under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government that lost the most recent elections, Ghanaians were unhappy with some of the decisions we took in terms of our taxing. You remember when we introduced the e-levy, Ghanaians thought that the government could review and not impose taxes on our financial transactions. Unfortunately, because of our state of the economy and our running to IMF because of the economic challenges, governments went ahead and introduced the e-levy. When you take the fight against Galamsey, Nana Akufo-Addo in his first term did a yeoman's job trying to fight Galamsey. He put his presidency on the line. And for the first part of Nana Addo's tenure, everybody could see some improvement in the fight against Galamsey. That is why I find it a bit worrying how President John Dramani Mahama could say that 8 years under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, MPP did nothing, but it just deteriorated the condition of Galamsey fight in this country. And so, put all together, the party made some mistakes and committed some errors, based upon which Ghanaians voted against us. Now, you come into 8-9 months down the line, the party has been struggling to put its act together and look at some of the difficulties that led to our massive, and losing an election in itself shouldn't have been a difficulty because we've been there before.
Right.
But when you look at the extent of loss, where you lose by a margin of over 1.5 million, and then you lose significantly your seat in parliament, and then you ask yourself, what went wrong as a political party? And that is what we've been grappling with. A committee set up to investigate, came up with their report, submitted to National Executive Committee, seized with it. We've not been given the full report, but we've all heard snippets of why we lost. And then decision was made for us to also go into early selection of the presidential candidate for the party. There's been a back and forth conversation around whether we could have waited and gone through our normal process of electing from polling station level before we did the presidential. But National Council saw the need to set a date for the presidential, and I think we've gone far. Now people have filed, as you indicated, 5 contestants have filed. All the documents have been given to the vetting committee. And so as I speak to you now, the vetting committee is going through those documentation to see how best they can do their work. And then campaign has begun in earnest. I think so far we've had a very peaceful campaign. If you look at the disposition of the former vice president in his tour, in his campaign, it's been issue-based, what he thinks he wants to do for the party people, what he wants to lead Ghana. When he submitted his nomination form, you know, he spoke to Ghana broadly and told them about his vision again for this country, the transformation that he's led as a former vice president and what he intends to bring on board. If you take Kennedy Ohene Japan, he has also been very resolute in his campaign, trying to let delegates understand why they should change for him to lead the party, and it's also been issue-based. If you take Brian Champon, he's also there. He's met almost all the delegates and he's doing his campaign. The Duchum is on the ground. And so it's been a very peaceful process. What I'm praying for is that as we inch closer to the end of December towards January, we don't do things or say things that will break this party. My position is that when you are having an internal contest, there's no need to insult yourselves. When you're having an internal contest, there's no reason why we should wash our dirty linen in public, because every institution has its weaknesses, and it is not, if you have an issue with a process or you have an issue with someone in the party, you don't go out there and wash it so that someone can capitalize on it at a later time to campaign against us. And so I'm praying and I'm admonishing all our aspirants that they should continue on the path that they have chosen. And then as a member of the elections committee as well, we've been engaging the security agencies. Yesterday we had a meeting with the police leadership to discuss our preparedness for the elections, making sure that we have a very free, fair, transparent and peaceful process. I believe that the MPP will elect a presidential candidate that will stand tall amongst those that are contesting. I say that they are all fine gentlemen, but we are electing a primus inter pares, someone who will be able to unite and bring everybody on board. It's my prayer that whoever the party elects as their flag bearer, everybody will come on board to support, so we don't have cracks as we go into our preparation for 2028 elections. I believe the MPP will be able to bounce back and win the 2028 elections, not only because we have not identified or we've not spoken of our challenges, but because we still represent a political party that has this country at heart, a political party that has the men to look at how best this country can be repositioned to grow from strength to strength. The NDC are doing their bit under John Dramani Mahama. A lot of challenges have begun to emerge. If you look at the president's fight against Galamsey recently when he met the press, if you look at the way the president spoke when he was asked a question around hate speeches, and the way he spoke, I'll come after you, we will identify you, we will come after you, wherever you are. How can you say that you wish somebody died and all of those things? And when he was asked the question on Galamsey, it was as if cold water has been poured on him. He was like, okay, you know, the state of emergency, we can't do it now, we have to exhaust all our laws. And the question is, what laws has he exhausted so far? The menace. So I believe the New Patriotic Party is poised. You talked about Dr. Bawumia apologizing in his recent speeches. I think that is a mark of leadership, you know, because Ghanaians were generally unhappy with some of the decisions that we took. And so it is important that you admit your weaknesses and then you also let the Ghanaian people understand that you stand with them, that the decision they took against us wasn't something that we are going to contest. We will take it in good faith. We are a listening political party. And so when we come back, what the vice president said, which I was happy particularly about, was the fact that we have learned the lessons so that when we come back to power, we will not repeat them. And what are the things that we have learned that when we come to power, we will not repeat them? One is to be a listening government. You know, when Ghanaians were talking about reshuffling the government after some time, the president didn't see the need to reshuffle. When people were calling on the head of the finance minister, to the extent that Parliament even rose against the finance minister. If the president had listened to Ghanaians at the time, I think there were a lot of changes that could have happened in terms of our political fortune. So when the vice president, who was there as vice president and could see some of the decisions that we took, which Ghanaians were unhappy. I think it is a good lesson that he's learning and has learned, so that when Ghanaians are magnanimous to him, and particularly first and foremost, if he surmounts the challenge of the delegates and he's given the mandate to lead, and I believe he's a fine gentleman to lead, and then he becomes the president of this republic. A lot of these challenges and the things that we did as a political party that Ghanaians were unhappy, we are not going to repeat them. And then we bring the transformation. You know, at times we forget about the good things that the NPP did, particularly Dr. Bawumia as a vice president. You know, people say when it comes to digitalization, you take credit, but when it comes to the economy, then you run away. You know, so if you are also putting the economy on his head, you should give him credit for the works that he did. You know, the interoperability. It's now, I think this morning when I was listening to business news, they're saying that mobile money penetration has reached in excess of 35 trillion. 35 trillion cedis this year. You know, can you imagine if this transformation had not happened under the NPP? The mobile money interoperability, where it is easy now to do transactions from any mobile number to your bank, from your bank to your mobile account, pay ECG, pay that, pay driver's license. And so Ghana has become, the mobile phone has become a one platform that you can do so many things. And these are some of the things that I think His Excellency, the former Vice President, should be credited with.
Okay. All right. In your commentary, you brought up the issue of Galamsey.
Yeah.
Of course, it's been a very topical issue. It was until the president held that media encounter. And of course, it appears that the conversation has taken a notch higher because of the responses that the president gave to that question from the multimedia's Kojo Yangsen and some other persons who asked questions about Galamsey in relation to Ghana Water Company Limited, their inability to pump, you know, to clean their water or to treat their water, and how they want us to pay more tariffs and so on. And of course, closely related to is whether the gold that Gold Board is buying from, you know, miners, whether some of these illegal, whether Galamsey gold is found its way into the stock that we are piling up. Now, we've also seen a statement from the Catholic Bishops of Ghana. We've also seen the Media Coalition Against Galamsey, that's Mr. Ashigbe, Ken Ashigbe's group. And even this morning, there's another group which it's not a group that I'm very familiar with, but of course, it's closely related to the Catholic sect. Now, and again, we have also seen in today's daily guide where we're told about some efforts that have been put in dealing with small-scale illegal miners and some crackdowns. And just this morning, I've had a message from the Gold Board CEO, that's Sami Jimfi, on some other updates on what NIMOS, which is the National Anti-Mining Operations Secretariat, is also doing, some latest updates. So we'll put all of that in, and then I'll pick your thoughts. So if you look at today's Ghanaian Times, it says, there's a Times reporter, it says, the Noble Order of the Knights and Ladies of Marshall, a Catholic-friendly society, has stressed the need for Ghanaians to see illegal mining not merely as an environmental issue, but also as a moral, spiritual, and existential crisis. The desecration of our rivers, forests, and farmlands is a betrayal of God's mandate to mankind to care for creation. The poisoning of our water bodies, the loss of livelihoods, and the exploitation of vulnerable youth are wounds that cut deep into the soul of our dear nation. This was contained in a statement jointly signed by the Supreme Knight, Sir K.T. Bro Constantine Kujeji, and the Grand Lady, most respected Lady Sister Irene Smith Ansah, in a solidarity with the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference, prophetic denunciation of the destructive scourge of illegal mining. And it says, Galamsey, that continues to ravage our beloved nation, As a Catholic fraternal organization, it emphasized the society was committed to justice, responsible stewardship, environmental protection, and the dignity of human life. We commend the bishops for speaking truth to power and for calling all sectors of society, political leaders, chiefs, religious figures, and citizens to repentance, courage, and action. The statement again indicated that bishops call for a state of emergency, a holistic national strategy, and the prosecution of both the powerful and the poor was not only just but was necessary. That's with that story. And then on page 5 of today's daily guide, we see no, not here. I think I saw that story. Blah 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 blah. Somewhere here, I've lost it. Okay, good. So it's on page 13. And it says Galamsey fight along Bonsa River intensified. Now it says from Emmanuel Poku in Takrade. So the National Anti-Illegal Mining Secretariat NIMOS Task Force has intensified its operations against illegal mining activities along the Bonsa River in the Takwa in Swayem municipality of the Western Region. The NIMOS Task Force on Monday conducted its latest operation along the river in collaboration with the Western Regional Security Council and the Blue Water Guards, that's the BWG. The task force destroyed several makeshift structures at various sites and seized mining equipment as well as other items left behind by fleeing illegal miners. The operation also led to the confiscation of 10 water pumping machines, 4 brand new Shamfang machines, 5 engine seats, and 1 pump action at the Bonsawire. I hope I got that correct pronunciation.
Yeah, Bonsawire.
Okay, Bonsawire, Sikamine, a notorious illegal mining community. The task force found abandoned excavators and dismantled illegal mining sites. Members of the task force indicated that they remain committed to protecting Ghana's environment and natural resources. They said the operation highlighted the need for low-bed trailer services to enhance the effectiveness and better mobile network coverage in remote areas. The NIMOS also emphasized the need for a deliberate national agenda to sensitize and educate inhabitants of mining communities about the dangers of illegal mining to help deal with the menace. So, your thoughts on Galamsey and whether we're winning it or we're not winning it? Should there be a state of emergency declared, as in generally, or specific areas? We should declare them as specific areas. Put all of that in context for us.
Muru,
yep.
I would have said that this whole conversation about Galamsey or illegal mining, we're supposed to be fatigued.
Right.
Because we've been talking about this for years.
True.
You know, and I feel very uncomfortable, particularly when we're discussing it, because someone would misconstrue and take you on political basis. What did you do when you were in power?
Yes.
You people messed it up, like the president tried to espouse during his meet the press. And so it makes this whole conversation around illegal mining fight very, very thorny and difficult. But as a Ghanaian and a concerned citizen of this country, I think that we have failed this whole fight. And if we don't speak truth to power, like it is now becoming, and the president of this republic doesn't take charge to confront this whole illegal mining, we are heading towards a bomb. This country will explode, and we will find ourselves in very difficult situation. Why am I saying this? Since before NDC came to power in January, there was a huge campaign against illegal mining, to the extent that the coalition led by Kenashigbe and then others caused the presidential candidates to even sign a pact to commit to a ruthless fight against this illegal mining business. And all of them signed. Dr. Baumia signed for it on behalf, John Mahama signed for it on behalf of the NDC. And it was very clear in our minds that whoever won the election as president of this country will confront and win the fight against illegal mining. What are we seeing? Reports we have received day by day suggest that things have deteriorated. We are losing our lands. the last report I read from Erastus, he's saying that even where they had moved or pushed people out, because the police have been withdrawn, people have armed their own people and they've gone back to the forest. And if they talk about the land size that is being mined, and look at it, devastation on our water reserves, to the extent that now you are not too sure even the water you use to brush your teeth. The chemicals that are in there. So for how long are we going to allow this country to go through such a mess? Now you have calls from the coalition, Bishops' Conference have spoken, you have the Chief Justice and the last bar conference speaking about it, and all that the president can tell us as a people is that, oh, we want to exhaust. But in trying to exhaust even the existing laws, what are we seeing? There is no commitment to this fight. And we are losing the battle by the day. And one alarming thing is the politicization of it, to the extent that those doing it are members of political parties. So it's like if you don't find yourself a member of MPP or a member of NDC, you cannot do illegal mining. So NDC are in power. They have taken over the illegal mining business. Their sympathizers are the one in the forest doing the mining, and government is looking unconcerned. And we are deteriorating our forest. We are destroying our water bodies. And our children sit back. If I go back to my constituency and I look at my JHS students, my basic school students, I look at all of them and I ask myself, how do they look at us as political people? How do they look at us as a government that has been given responsibility to take care of the day-to-day running of the state? So the government has failed. The president has failed, and we should be bold to tell the president that, please, the call for the state of emergency is not for the fun of it. We are not asking for state of emergency for calling's sake. The demand for the state of emergency is to declare war against that business, is to declare a war that if we don't do something about it, if we don't completely stop, why? Until we started doing these mines, don't we have our life to live? They are saying that about 2 million people are in that business, and so when you stop them, people are not going to live. 4 million. And so we should kill ourselves because of 4 million people. Is Ghana made up of 4 million people? So because of that business, we should allow all our water bodies to spoil? We should die? Is that what we are telling our children? And so the fight of this Galamsey is a lost one. And you can see clearly in the face of the president, when he was asked that, he was fumbling. The president was fumbling because he's not too sure what to say that he will be taking on. He's not too sure the steps that he has taken. If you ask the government from January till date, what are the steps that you have taken concrete that has dealt with this illegal business? Blue water guards. Have you received any reports over the past 3 months of their work and how it has contributed to reduce illegal mining business in this country?
I just read a story from today's Daily Guide. On the Bonsa River.
What have they done in 3 months?
They collaborated with some other state security agencies to flush out illegal miners in some forest reserves.
Please, Moru. So you have a total of, let's say, 5 million acres of land being devastated.
Yes.
And then in 9 months, you are talking about 2,000 acres of activity.
Okay.
And we are calling that a step to change the narrative for this fight. Look at our land. The minister is not getting the cooperation. At some point, I'm getting information that the Minister of Lands is not getting the support of even his own government to fight the Galamsey. Yesterday, Okujetua Blakwa was on another media station fumbling that, yes, I stand by my words, but I know that this government can do better. These were his words. It's very clear that the government is confused. The government is not committed. The government is fueling In fact, NDC apparatchiks have now taken over the Galamsey business. Erastus Asaridonko's claim that the forest, the NDC executives are the people providing guidance for people to go to the forest.
The same Erastus Asaridonko yesterday posted an update on government's fight against Galamsey, and he essentially was not so much words, but was sort of commending the government for taking the fight up. You know, I'm sure that yes, this is the one I'm talking about. So he says, so here's this Erastus Asaridonko. This was on Monday or Tuesday. He said last week, I warned that illegal miners are going back to areas where the IGP's men cleared of Galamsey. As we speak, he said these forest reserves have been retaken, and he talks about the Mpunya district in Ashanti region. Yes, exactly. And he says the Ahia Futu section, illegal miners have been there for more than 2 hours now with excavators. You know, so it goes on and on and on and on. So this is from Erastus.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
the same Erastus who felt nothing was happening is now saying something is happening.
So Moru, if Erastus had not drawn attention last week, that the policemen had been withdrawn, people have gone back to the forest and they are causing more harm. And so because of that public expose, they have to now go back again and retake it. Is the government telling us, one man, Erastus, if he had not brought this report, they didn't know. Government by the district security, by the regional security, didn't know that people have gone into that forest? Is government telling us that with all its national security apparatus, with the regional security, the district security, if Erastus had not blown this up last week, they will not take steps. These steps that they have taken, give them another 1 month. They will withdraw and send people there to go and mine. That is the business of government now. So when you expose them, they try to do something about it. Then when everything looks like nobody is watching them, they send people back into the forest.
You mean the government?
But why would you withdraw policemen?
The government will send who to the forest?
I'm saying...
You mean the security task force?
Yes, say akwala opinion otine fiema akwala we nanka no. Ye ka nankare for a day or come.
Okay. So for you it's by extension.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because you are supposed to protect the forest.
Okay.
You have the means to protect the forest. You had men there to protect the forest.
Yes.
Then you withdrew them. Why did you withdraw them? You withdrew them and then men went in there to mine. And those who went there to mine were party apparatchiks.
Okay.
Okay? So if you withdraw and party people go and mine, and tomorrow you go there again because you've been exposed, and then you withdraw, the people are booted out, and then the police takes over, and the police withdraws again, and the people go in. What is the government doing? Is it the government? And until and unless we put this at the doorstep of government, let government know that they are complicit.
Okay.
So that they will fight it with all the ruthlessness that it deserves.
Okay.
Until then, if we try to, government is MPP, when MPP were there, when MPP were there, we were all the same people who were commenting and criticizing government for its lack of commitment to fight.
Right.
Government has changed. Why should we change our language on the government?
Okay.
Because even this government came into power with a full commitment to fight it. 9 months down the line, they are the people rather opening up more opportunities for people to go in there and mine.
Do you know any government official or any NDC member who has been caught red-handed entering into or being engaged in Galamsey that the government has looked on sheepishly and done nothing about it? Do you know of any such person?
You remember the president, Mahama, some 3 or 2 months ago, sent 2 names of NDC people.
Yes, somebody alleged.
He sent the names
to
OSP for investigation in their involvement on Galamsey activities.
Yes.
3 months down the line, have you heard any update on the names that the president sent to OSP? Don't we deserve an update?
Yes.
That investigations are being conducted. So far, these are the information that they have received.
Okay.
And the people that were referred to, have you watched clips, post, even their referral on mining sites and their comments? Have you watched
the
it?
Minister of Justice, Dominic Akuritingayeni,
Yes.
has said that investigations are ongoing.
And I'm saying that the persons that were reported, have you watched subsequent clips about their involvement in encouraging illegal mining in this country?
Which clips are you talking about?
Oh, you are not on social media.
Where they were encouraging who to go into mining? Which video?
Oh, because I don't have the video.
They were encouraging people to go into illegal mining.
No, I would not say illegal mining. To do mining.
Okay.
You
But
see,
we're talking about illegal mining.
You see, we hide under small-scale mining.
Yes.
But actually, it is illegal mining that we are promoting.
Yes.
You see,
yes.
We hide under, as a government, we want to encourage small-scale mining. We are encouraging small-scale mining. Then when you go deep down, the small-scale mining turns into illegal mining.
I get that, but I'm saying
you
that
understand.
Your earlier,
and
your
then
earlier
the call,
comments.
I'm coming.
Sorry,
And
but Isaac, but since your earlier comments sort of suggested
yes,
that government officials or party officials are publicly asking people
Yes.
to go and do illegal mining.
Yes.
Until you said, oh, well, they didn't say, you've not heard anybody say go and do illegal mining, except that they say go and do mining. But you think and of the opinion that people hide under this mining to do illegal mining. So you see the two are not the same.
No, I started with Erastus' information that he said, Erastus' report on this particular forest reserve.
Yes.
He said those who have gone onto that site, that forest reserve, were NDC people.
Okay. That's from Erastus.
Erastus, simply said that.
All right.
But I'm even corroborating
Okay.
that even reports in this particular government tenure over the 9 months, reports of illegal mining activities from the Takwa Enclave and all those areas, they are being done by NDC supporters.
Okay, that's fine.
And until, you see, this conversation, until we take the bull by the horn,
right.
If it were NPP people who were also doing, and I'm not sitting here to say that during the time of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, NPP sympathizers didn't do some.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And if they did,
okay,
and we all condemned, and we called for their heads, and we asked government to root them out, we cannot come back 9 months down the line, deteriorate the same thing, cause even more people to go in there and destroy and say that we are doing NDC and
okay.
No.
All right. So
a crime is a crime.
two things. Let me do this quickly. So Johnny on the other side is your very good friend, who is the indefatigable member of parliament for the people of I say he's a member of people he's member of parliament for the people of SAL. This Guan thing you guys are saying, I have a problem with it.
SAL MP.
He's the MP for Guan, of course, officially. But unofficially is the MP for SAL. And he's also a board member of ECG. Yeah. Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh, which of the institutions are you a board member?
VRA.
Oh, VRA.
Oh, and yes.
Yes. You know. Anyway, Big Fred.
My brother.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
How are you?
I'm fine.
It is very unlike you. You usually
very
turn up
unlike
early.
me.
I don't know what happened.
Let me sincerely apologize to you and our church viewers. Very unlike me.
Yeah.
I was caught up in something. That's why I delayed.
That's fine.
I sincerely apologize.
That's fine.
Let me start off by saying good morning to the good people of the Republic of SAR.
Yeah.
And to thank you for the opportunity to be here this morning.
Right.
Let me start off by commending sincerely the President.
Now, before you go ahead with the commendation to the President, I beg you, let me rudely interrupt you and take a little breather.
The time is yours.
I want you to rest, because I know you have a lot to say.
Oh, I
You're watching Good Morning Ghana. Please stay with us.
Ebusiafo ye mama kwaba eba Children's Palace. Nkwala nyema nyina fie enye. Yonkwala ntade mani mema nyina ntare nyina wase. Yonkwala shoes, yonkwala duane, yonkwala wipes, yonkwala diapers, yonkwala toys, baby coat. In fact, bibia opama umanyina obenye biwa ase.
Located at East Legon Hills, Nana Chrome KFC. Contact us on 059-6377-172. Children's Palace. Happy children, happy fashion. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Sametra Sapapadia to a mammy man for Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, a man is swing, Nesasu Mama Hoto so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson, Asamo.
Me didn't tum. Mr. Freddy Kalika, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Freddy once now.
Hey, that's you. Improve car. Yeah. Captain Mosquito, double the accent.
Maybe this Sasso spray. Mr. Freddy Sasso quell.
Yeah, go to my Sasso. Come on, Tom Preco.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again.
Yes, mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Obey him later.
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Go be from Georgia, be luckiest. From not the Bioko, she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwamio!
Send your God the apple boom. If you're poor, what's that? So would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream. And this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here.
Her photographs are going to sell fast and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend? Are you all right?
You Are the One, proudly sponsored by The Luckiest, Appointed Time Printing, Time Herbal Mixture, Samu Spices, Givers Herbal Center.
Vamos. Vamos.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. My name is Awudu Moro, and I'm here with Isaac Boamanyako, MP for the Efia Constituency, and also a private legal practitioner. Also here with me is Fred Agbanyo, who is the MP for Guan, and also a member of the Voter Authority, that's VRA, and I'm talking about the board. So we're talking about Galamsey, and before you come in with your commendations to the president and some other things that you want to say, you saw the video we just played. That's from Erastus Asaridonko. He posted this video on Monday, apparently somewhere in the Nzima area, where the NIMOS institution, because it's the secretariat have been heavily involved in banning some mining equipment and so on and so forth. So it looks like something is happening. But I know you get to Galamsey, but before then you have some commendations that...
Yeah, thank you very much.
Let's also show the video of the Domahene. He's also been... I think it's a picture, isn't it? Yes, of the Domahene and why and how he's also personally taking this Galamsey fight. Yes, he's taking it personally. Okay, he's not here, but these are his I'll call him his soldiers. You know, yes, that's him on the right. So it looks like some people are taking the bull by the horn. They're taking their fate into their own hands. But anyway, so your commendations before you talk about Galamsey and matters arising.
Yeah, thank you very much. 2 days ago, the president was in Volta region,
right,
to cut us off for the commencement of the Big Push program, and the excitement that I saw in the faces of people who gathered and those who watch on television. I don't know the last time you had opportunity to travel around across the country, and if you have done that in the past few years, you would appreciate what it means to invest heavily, especially in road infrastructure. And if you travel across the world, nations that have developed, one of the things they've paid particular attention to is transportation. Once you get your transportation going, you open up the economy, you grow the economy, you churn out a lot of employment opportunity for the youth. And so the decision that the president has taken that we invest as much as $10 billion in road infrastructure, construction of bridges, uncompleted buildings and abandoned government projects, hospitals, schools, and what have you. It's what is going to open up this economy. It is what is going to give those sustainable jobs to the young people who are looking for jobs. And so we want to commend the president. That was one thing that he said, especially the Minister of Roads and Highways, my brother Kwame Governor Boja, when he said that we want to rely on the expertise of Ghanaians, Ghanaian engineers, Ghanaian contractors. They should be at the forefront of this investment. What this means is that this 10 billion is going into the hands of Ghanaians, and the money will remain in the Ghanaian economy. Unlike in the past where we bring in foreigners, we give this money to them, and they repatriate everything back into their country. This time around, this money is going to be in our local economy, and then we are going to see almost every facet of the economy coming up. One other thing the president said is that all the contractors who are going to work under this big push, they are going to make sure that when you raise your certificates, at least within 2 weeks, monies are paid to you so that we can get all the work completed. And they were very deliberate about the number of kilometers that were given to each contractor so that they can finish within 24 hours. And I think that is very, very...
24 hours?
24 months. 24 months, sorry. 24 months. Very diabolical. Within 24 months, they will be able to finish the project.
Do you really think it's a 24-hour economy?
Yeah, the 24-hour
well, you know, the 24-hour economy is ringing in my mind, but I want to talk about it.
Anyway, please go ahead.
So it's something that is very, very commendable. Now, we have also decided that this time around, you have to get an insurance to back whatever contract is given to you, so that if you do any shoddy work, government will go and cash on that particular insurance. And so some pressure will be on the contract to make sure that they do the right job. Now, what we have experienced in the past is that when you give a contract or a road project to somebody to do, maybe they are supposed to do the thickness of the road about maybe 10 inches. Then they'll go and do about 5 inches, 7 inches. Then after a year or two, you get back to them and you'll be wondering whether that was a road that was faced a few years ago. Indeed, if you travel again across the country and you go back to the ministry and look at their budget, the amount of money we have sunk into road construction in this country, and see the kind of roads we have over here, it means that we have not been monitoring well. We haven't, situated our contractors are doing a good job for us. And that's why we are spending this much money on our roads. And so we wish everybody well. And let me also use the opportunity to encourage all of us as citizens that we shouldn't sit aloof and just watch. We should get involved in whatever work the contractors are doing. Occasionally we should pass by. Even from a layman's perspective, when you get to the site and a good job is going on, you can tell. If a bad job is going on, you can tell that something is going on. If The contractor knows that everybody is watching. The ministry is watching, the agents under the ministry are watching, and the citizenry, including the NANOM, assemblymen, and the MP, everybody is playing some oversight responsibility. You know, it puts them on the edge to want to do the right thing. I pray that we're able to carry through with this particular promise across the entire country, and then all of us will see our roads coming up. Once we're able to build the road infrastructure, we get the railway to come on board that can take all this heavy, to help us a lot. If you go to the Western region, these mining companies and all that, the bauxite companies using their heavy cars on the road. So you fix a road, after a year or two, you go back to the place and it has become something else. So I really commend the president that we are tackling all. In fact, we have a program to also do the water lake transport. Want to open up that corridor, we want to encourage more people to use water transportation, going to get more barges on the lake that will move from the south all the way to the north. Those from Bupe side, those from the OT side, we can cut all our food stuffs. If you are taking iron rods, you are taking cement, you are taking fuel to that part of the country, we can use the river so that we'll leave the roads out. We are also trying to expand, the aviation sector so that those who want to go quickly and come back quickly can also go by air and all that. So for me, once we get the road and the transport sector fixed up completely, this country will see massive growth and massive improvement. And so we want to commend the president, we want to commend the sector minister for the work he has done, those who are in charge of the treasury, the Bank of Ghana, the finance minister, and all the ministers. I think that they are doing a good job so far, and we need to keep our foot on the accelerator and make sure that the confidence that the people have reposed in us and the opportunity they have given to us to serve, we will deliver for all of them to appreciate. I heard my brothers I was working in talking about his party and what they have done and blah, blah, blah. And somebody just sent me a message, the fellow that I was in the studio, that go and tell your friend, the MP in the studio, that Ghana would have been a better place without the MPP. The UP tradition, we are going to discuss this country and the problems you have gone through, all this money from independent, you contributed more than 75% to it. You contributed 75%. You have not added anything to this country. You have derailed all our efforts and everything. That's the truth. Whatever you call achievement of your MPP in governor, I don't know what you can point to. If you go to the electricity sector of this country, every part of the country can attest that if today they have electricity in their homes, in their communities, in their different regions, it was a result of NDC. It's the education infrastructure you're talking about, it is health infrastructure you're talking about. For the last 8 years that you were in power, you couldn't even deliver even one, a hospital. That today we can both have people are in there. You say we're doing agenda, whatever it is, one. All of them scattered all over the place, no money to complete them. You abandoned them, you did your procurement, and you are going home, and you are enjoying the procurement process. That's what you did. In the area of education, what do you have to show for? In the area of road infrastructure, what do you have to show for? So really,
Fred, I guess that we've had this conversation for almost 8 months. I think we should just move on.
Yes, but it's important that because he says on a set like this, it is important that we respond to him so that the unsuspected people are not carried away by those propaganda. More so when he tried to praise the so-called economic messiah that Nanado brought from Bank of Ghana, who has become something else today, that he has done so well, we need to praise him. Why? So mobile money was not in Ghana before people came into this office. Are you suggesting that before you came into office, I couldn't take my money from my bank account onto my Momo or transfer money from my Momo into the bank account? And now you want to credit Wale Adam Smith for being the one who did that. Why? The man you told us that is the best person when it comes to economics. He came, he felt potol.
Fred, let's make progress.
He never spoke about economy.
Let's make progress. We don't have all the
I don't want you to.
We don't have all the. Let's make progress.
Let's make progress. So please don't get us there this early morning. Galamsey.
Yes.
I don't know why you are. See, this Galamsey thing is a major problem for everybody.
Okay.
Everybody who cares about this country and cares about the future of this country should be worried about the way we are destroying our water bodies, we are destroying the vegetation and everything. I have always maintained that God in his own wisdom decided to bless us with a natural resource. We didn't beg for it. We didn't do anything. He decided to put it under the earth crust for our good. The Bible says God created everything. The last thing he created is a human being. I said, I've given you dominion and control over all the creation. Go and live, enjoy it, supervise it, and maintain it. And so I am surprised why that which God has given to us free of charge, that we should use to better our lot, we should use to develop ourselves, has become a nemesis, has become a challenge and a problem for us. And I sincerely want to even resist the temptation of being drawn into the NDC and NPP banter on this particular subject. I tell people every day that the best time to communicate as a communicator of a political party is when you're in opposition. You don't need to think too much about anything. And so, what my brother is doing, I'm not surprised. We need to face this problem. Ghana is not the only country on the planet Earth that has gold. Several nations are mining gold. How are they going about it that they are not experiencing the kind of devastation that we are experiencing? For me, I say go and copy. Go and copy and come and implement. You don't need to turn the wheel. You don't need to do anything new. All of us have traveled at least to South Africa before. We have gone to Johannesburg. They do mining over there. I am not for one suggesting that they also don't have their version of Galamsey. They do. But the extent to which ours have gotten to, I know that those countries are there. If you go to Australia, they also do mining. And not many people know that Algeria here in Ghana, Africa, they do a lot of mining. But their mining is centralized, purely in the hands of the government. Private people are not allowed in there. And so it is well controlled, it's well managed, and people are benefiting from it. Now, little knowledge in this mining. Gold is on a belt, on a rock. So when you come into this studio, or are you listening to me?
I'm listening to you.
So this could be the gold belt, like this table that is in front of us. If you don't do research to know exactly where the rock is, let me put it that way, or the gold belt is, and then they just give you a concession, this room, to come and mine gold. When you come, all you start doing what? Start digging everywhere, trying to locate where the belt is. And that is our major problem. If we can invest more in research, that there's data that shows that when you are given a concession, you enter that concession, just go to this particular spot, right? They've given the exact spot, go and dig there. The next thing people would then do is that they can easily create a dam by the belt, get underground water, they mine their gold, they wash it in the dam, they pour chemicals to, therefore like filtration, all the mercury and cyanide that they might have used, they clean it before the water goes into underground. So you don't necessarily have to go and depend on a river or go and wash in a river. But the problem we seem to have right now is that because people are not too sure of where the gold is, they move in there with their machines and they're just digging everywhere. Digging. So where do you put the pond? Where do you get underground water? And so for me, one of the things we need to do is to invest more in research so that when you are given a concession, you are able to tell at the exact point where they must dig. The thing must be in 3 layers. You have a group that is digging, you have another group that is following, doing land reclamation immediately, then you have a third group that is following, doing afforestation. Do you understand? So as they are digging, those who are doing the land reclamation are following, and those who are doing tree planting, afforestation are also following. The same equipment that we are using for the digging, use the same equipment to do the land reclamation, and then get another group of people with the seedlings who are planted. If we're able to follow this process, I believe that this thing we can minimize it. Galamsey, as we are told, mining has been with us only God knows how long. It is not for nothing we're giving the name Gold Coast. That those who even came here in the 15th and the 40s all knew that we have gold in this country. And those who are talking about alluvial gold, when they go to all these rivers, they just by the river banks, they're able to pick gold. When it rains, they're able to see a piece of gold and they pick from that place. So we have always known. And our grandfathers have always been involved in these activities. The problem started when these earth-moving equipments were introduced into the sector. And these chamfines were introduced. Those days, the boys only use their shovels and pickers and go and dig their small piece, something they can survive on. And we didn't see the level of devastation that we are seeing today. But with the introduction of these machines, and especially foreigners into our forests, is what is creating the problem for us. And so we should be able to resolve it. Anybody who tells you that we should stop mining where we are now as a country is like telling you, fold up your economy. But whether we like it or not, gold is contributing hugely to this economy. It is contributing hugely to the economy. So we cannot say leave the gold underground and do what? How do you run the economy? The oil that we have today, all the agreements that we have signed, people bring their money, come into exploration, and then they get the oil, and then we get some 10%, and then some 3.5 royalties. The rest goes to them. So even though we are producing oil in this country, the money doesn't stay in our economy. All the huge mining companies, we have signed agreements with them that when they mine, they can repatriate their money into their country. In some cases, 100% repatriation. And so they take everything out of the country. So really and truly, the only benefit, money that we get from this sector, is the one that is coming from the small scale mining. And so we cannot say that because it's giving us money, it is sustaining our economy without looking at the adverse effects it's having on us as a people. From the medical reports we have seen so far, all the mining areas, go and check the type of children they are giving birth to today. The effects having on pregnant women and then babies that are born. So we need to be able to do the analysis, the health implication, vis-a-vis the money we are getting today. If we do the analysis, then we can convince ourselves that must we continue with this practice or must we halt it fully? Because if you are going to do this today, look at all our water bodies. And I read a document, I think, within this week, about the amount of money already we are spending to import water into this country. It is scary. The amount of money we are spending today as we speak in importing bottled water into Ghana. We are told that some of the water processing plants somewhere in the central region has been closed down. And so as we speak now, all of us are moving in and then we are digging boreholes. Now if you dig the boreholes water that we are producing, often we don't even treat it. We fetch it directly and we are using it. So even though there are chemicals in the water or not, we are unable to tell. And so it is something we need to look at quite dispassionately, take all the partisan politics and emotion out of it, and let's find a lasting solution to the problem. Let's find a lasting solution. I agree that, as I said, my brother can say whatever I want to say. Declaring a state of emergency. Before, when we were in opposition, I had several people from NDC who said it's the way to go. I had civil society organization who said same. I think the Catholic Bishops' Conference, several people said things like that. The only person I didn't hear say declare state of emergency immediately was then John Dramani Mahama. He came into office, not as though the government is sleeping or government is not doing anything about this Galamsey issue. Evidence is there that so much has been done. Question is, are we getting the results we are looking for? Is the argument we can have, the debate we can have. Is this something we can stop overnight? Because you cannot halt a system you have created over several decades overnight. You cannot. Now, we make the argument that majority of the people who are working or operating in this sector is because they don't have anything to do. Is that really the case? Because we have seen videos on social media where people are willing and ready to cut down their cocoa trees. That's supposed to be an economic activity. That's supposed to be an income generating activity. And yet, they are willing and ready to cut it down and give the land out for mining. Because look at the cost of gold today, even in the international market. It is quite an lucrative venture. People want to go into it. And so somebody will sit back and say, if I have to go and drive a trotro for a whole year and I cannot even save 1,000 Ghana cedis, and within a day or two, I can make save from this venture, why don't I go into it? And I've read a recent document that is pointing to the fact that majority of the young men and even ladies you see in these Galamsey activities are persons who have one form of skill or the other. The person is either a carpenter, is either a mason, is either a driver. They have some skills. And so it's not enough for us to say, okay, it is because they don't have any job to do. Let's bring them out. Let's give them some skills. And once we do, they will not go back to that particular enterprise. No, it goes beyond that. It's about the economic viability, the profitability of that venture. And so it is something we need to look at holistically and see how we can find a solution to it. We have tried several things in the past, including sending the military there. We gave them different names, go and do different things. I've heard recently people are saying, you know what, the only way out, let's go and do shoot and kill. Let the military go in there today and shoot one person or two people. We will come back on a set like this and come and complain. Human rights. Why are we killing people? We will do all those things. Once you declare a state of emergency, what you have done is that you have put the place on a red alert. The military you deploy to the place. The place now become a security zone. Nobody must enter there. If anybody ventures and he loses his life, that's the fellow's own business. Is that something we want to do at this point? Are we ready? The measures that have been put in place by the sector minister, are they yielding positive results? From where I sit, I think that if we sustain it, if we do it deliberately, we will get the same result without necessarily. We have been told about number of forests that were taken over by these Galamsey operators. And within this short space of time, how government has been able to move in with the security services, and then we have reclaimed some of the forests back.
Okay.
And so, Moro, I empathize, I sympathize with everybody who is frustrated by this and who is talking about this, who would have wished that today, the president should declare a state of emergency, and that then becomes the final solution to the problem. And once that declaration is made, small scale is ceased, Galamsey is halted completely. I don't know what then will become of the bigger mining companies. I don't know what will become of it. And so let's try and find a solution. The effect as of now is dire. It's not something we can play with. Where I come from, our area in the Otiri area, we have a lot of mineral deposits over there. My forefathers, they were into iron mining. And so I was saying I think 2 days ago on a radio program, how even our name Akpafu came into being. Otherwise, we are Mau, that's the people, and we've come from Kau, and then we speak Siu. But those days, when people come from Accra, Kumasi, and the rest will come and buy cattle, and this farm tools that we're producing, and they see the blacksmiths working with their fire, and they hear the Kpafu. That's how it became our name, they call us. So we have always known that we have huge iron deposits in that area. Okay. The caves that our forefathers used for the mining, they are all that we all know. But today, when you get to the area, the chiefs and the youths, they have put signboard across the whole place. We don't want mining in our area. Because that mountain that they want to do mining on is our only source of water. And so the fear is that once we enter there to go and do mining, you destroy our source of water, and what becomes of us? So every now and then, an animal will call me and tell me the only thing we are looking for help us to do farming. After all, our major occupation is a rice farming. We like to cocoa, we have variable land for any type of crop. So we are not interested in mining. And that is why when I get an opportunity like this, I tell people, if you want cassava that is not contaminated with mercury and cyanide, come to T region, come to Volta region. If you want fruits that are not contaminated, come to that area. If you want fresh water, fish, come to that area. At least by the grace of God, as of now, we are able to keep our vegetation, we are keeping our water bodies, and I think that we should be able to do the same. Let me end by commending the Domahine. You know, you know the way he operates, very, very proactive. He gets involved directly in these things. Oftentimes you see him when it comes to cleaning even in the community. He himself is wearing the Wellington boot, he's leading his charges, and they are doing it. For several years now, nobody could do mining on his land and that whole Brona area. You know, they're able to keep their vegetation. And now I heard a few people have moved in there, and he himself is on the field and controlling. Okay. Those who have argued in time past, that why are Nananum quiet? Why are they not doing anything? Because they are the custodians of the land. And oftentimes, we blame the foreigners, especially the Chinese, who come in. And I ask myself, one, who grants the Chinese a visa to come into this country? Because there's no way any Chinese can enter Ghana without a visa. Is that not correct? Now, all these excavators that we bring, the excavators are not like birds that will fly. They come through our port. Now, you can't put the excavator in your pocket and take to the forest. They go on a road. Is it the case that we don't see it? But the constitution you have here says that anything within the earth crust, mineral, whatever it is for the state. And so, if a state agency or institution has given a permit, a license, to somebody to go and mine, on which power is a chief going to stop the person from going in there to go and mine? That's what the problem is. And the youth that would expect that they will rally around the chiefs and make sure we stop these things are the ones who are directly involved. And so how are they going to stop things that they are also benefiting from and they are participants in.
Okay.
And so that is where the problem is.
All right.
I am confident that what we are doing now, if we up the game and we get more committed to it and very deliberate about it, we should be able to resolve this particular issue.
Okay.
It's not something we can gloss over.
Okay, let me.
And finally, in conclusion, I know my brother, as usual, want to jab the president when he says that, the president was fumbling when they asked him the question about Galamsey. Well, if the Galamsey solution is a straightforward thing that anybody can just profess a solution, I don't think we would have been talking about it today. We would have started a long years ago.
But that
it's a major issue.
That was the impression you created.
What do you call impression? It's a major. I'm saying that
it was the impression that the NDC created in opposition.
Why? The airline that was passed by the administration.
This was something you could do
hold it. The law that was The law that was passed under them that allowed people to easily enter into the forest reserves and go and mine. We said we're going to revoke that particular law now. We are just waiting for Parliament to return, and that particular law, we are going to revoke to make it a very restricted area where nobody can move in there.
Okay.
We talk about the blue gas that has been introduced. At least, once they are doing their work well, and we give them all the support, and they can do it fearlessly, we should be able to get our water bodies back.
Okay.
So it's a problem. I cannot run away from it. That doesn't exist unless, of course, you haven't traveled to those parts of the country in recent times to see with your eyes what is going on. Okay. It will be very, very hypocritical on my part to come and sit on a set like this and say that functionaries within or people who are friends or members of our party are not involved in what is going on. I cannot say that.
Okay.
And for me, if we can take people's political affiliations out and deal with them as individuals involved in wrongdoing, I think we can make a headway. But if we continue
unfortunately, you didn't do that.
Say again?
Unfortunately, you didn't do that.
How do you mean? Because they were protesting the one contaminant issue came up, and the sector minister told us that he was mining. He was mining the forest and all that. The president then came to defend him. There was not doing anything illegal.
Yes, I'm saying
so
that.
What else you expect me to do?
And the NDC took advantage of it.
How did you take advantage of it?
He said, MPP people are doing this, MPP people are doing that.
Was that the one said or the sector minister?
I'm not talking about you.
It was the sector minister who said it.
And I'm saying that there were spokespersons of the NDC who took advantage of that situation. That
I am saying that the one who put that information out
and said categorically that the NPP were involved in Galamsey.
Agota mining, the one of Agota mining is a CPP person.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But you see, I'm taking you on your own advice.
Yes.
Your advice is that.
Yes.
Let's stop this NDC persons to MPP persons and say they are Ghanaians who are involved in this thing.
But I'm saying that
advice you should have given yourself in opposition.
I am saying at the time, the sector minister mentioned a key figure.
Yes.
Who is a regional minister, regional chairman of a political party.
Yes.
That the president had a call to come and defend
I am not disputing
against the position of the sector minister.
But I'm saying
that's what we also spoke about.
I'm not disputing that. But at the time, you took advantage of that statement.
When you say we took advantage of it, I don't get
based on what Freeport Party said.
Yes, so don't say we took advantage. It's a reality that we echoed. It came from Freeport Party, as you rightly said.
So he's doing the same thing. He's doing the same thing. He says it's okay. He's echoing the reality.
Am I against it? I'm not.
No, because of the advice you gave.
I am only saying that when we are dealing with the people, let's deal with them as Ghanaians who are involved in wrongdoing, regardless of their political affiliation. So that people don't hide behind political parties and do the wrong thing and expect that parties to come to their defense or parties to come and protect them. That's the argument I'm making.
Wonderful. Let me read this. NIMOS swoops or conduct swoops that secures the Echimwampunia forest reserves from Galamseyers and armed thugs. The National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, has secured the Echimwampunia forest reserve in a bold and professionally executed operation currently underway in the Ashanti region. On Wednesday, 17 September 2025, the task force from NIMOS, in close collaboration with troops drawn from the 4th Infantry Battalion of Ghana and representatives from the Forest Commission, conducted an operation at Anwiafutu in the Nkaria Forest District of the Offin Shelter Belt of the Ashanti region. Under a tight-lipped local intelligence, the NIMOS-led force arrived at the area in the dawn hours of the day, witnessing signs of excavator tracks all over the community. The marks signaled that several machines had been clearly tracked out of the area hours to the morning, and arrival of the task force. When the team got to the forest area, there was evidence of massive illegal mining at different parts of the forest. Some illegal miners on the site fled on seeing the task force. The team consequently conducted a series of raids within the forest, destroying several makeshift structures at the sites as follows. Retrieved and immobilized nine excavators, seized 2 Toyota Hilux pickups and 1 Nissan pickup. All these equipment were concealed in the forest. The task force also set ablaze and burned the following: 5 Shamfan machines, several personal belongings, fuel dumps, old excavator engines found at the various sites, 7 water pumping machines from the site belonging to the illegal miners. The team subsequently raided a house in the area which was reportedly accommodating some foreign Chinese illegal miners. NIMO's investigations confirmed that 12 Chinese illegal miners stayed in that house and had fled the house at dawn. A research conducted in the house revealed the following: 18 excavators batteries, 31 buckets of grease, 7 gas cylinders, 7 mini car washing machines, 1 excavator radar. The 9 excavator seized were all immobilized because of lack of low bed to convey them out of the community. Below are some pictures and videos. So here's the thing, that's just by way of update. But who buys these equipment for these miners, these poor miners?
Yeah.
These are very expensive equipment, eh? So that's the video in your shot.
Yes.
Being bent somewhere in the Echumampunia Forest Reserve.
As I indicated,
right.
And I could see the difficulty my brother has gone through over the past 30 years, 30 minutes. Over the past 30 minutes, struggling to situate this whole conversation. I understand. But importantly, he said something about his region and how they've been able to protect their vegetation, protect their water, so that though they have mineral reserves, they don't want to encourage mining for the sake of posterity. Have the people died? Yes, they may not be as rich as other communities who are doing this business, but they have survived. And you have clean water, and you have clean air, and you have clean vegetation. You're encouraging us to buy cassava so that it is not polluted. Why can't we do the same thing for other regions? Why do you want other regions to destroy their vegetation, destroy their water, so that your economy can be sustained?
Okay.
You are talking about people's livelihood. Why should we allow other regions to destroy their property, destroy their land, so that the economy of Ghana can live?
Okay.
And allow others to also keep their vegetation and their land and benefit from same.
Okay.
So please, my call is that this message that you read, it's good news. They went there, but how come they never arrested anybody? Isn't it curious that you undertake a raid? You said tight-lipped invasion, and all you could do was that the Chinese 12 people fled. From whose intel? Who gave them the tip-off to flee? How come that you went to the place to do an operation and nobody was arrested? You are telling us that you are only burning Shanghai and all of those things. Please, Muru, please, let's be serious as a country. You see, you want to go and do an operation, you give the people intelligence to run away. And then you go and take machines and destroy, and you want us to praise you. If this is the approach...
But he said that is what he knows.
But if how come? Look, read the report. The report is saying that upon a tight-lipped raid, how can a tight-lipped raid in a forest reserve where people are doing mining, you go there and you couldn't even arrest one? Is that normal? The report, they talk about arresting. And they said that there were 12 Chinese people. They got intelligence that a house accommodated 12 Chinese. Yes. When they went there, all of them have fled. Who gave them that information to flee?
Maybe they saw them and they ran away.
Please, let's be serious more. And
so
call,
we have a lot of work to do.
Yes, today. Yeah. My final call is that please, the buck stops with the president. He has the responsibility as the commanding officer of Ghana Armed Forces, who has sworn an oath to protect this country, to take the bull by the horn and do something. Else, we would all be devastated as a country.
Let me also just run up. Yeah, we need to fight this Galamsey issue head on. We need to confront it. We need to find a solution to it.
Yeah.
We are, as I'm aware, they've put a lot of measures in place. But I believe that we need to be more deliberate about it. once we are deliberate and then we keep our feet on the accelerator, we should be able to find a lasting solution to the issue.
Okay.
But we should take the partisan issue out of it.
Okay.
If we do, it will help us. Yes, you can argue that when we're in opposition, we did. So must we continue?
Okay.
Is that going to solve the problem?
All right.
Let us deal with the people who are involved in illegal mining.
Okay.
If we think that they are doing something unlawful and it's criminal, deal with them as criminals.
All right. Let's do this. Let me read this. A few of the messages from our viewers. I can't read all. I'm sorry. Let me read what I can read. So good morning, my brother. This one is from Bancha Bruce, the second, who was a lecturer at TTU. Yes. It says, good morning, bro. It was distressing to hear Rasta's account 2 days ago of the considerable regression in the battle against Galamsey under the current NDC administration. I was not surprised when Dr. Kenashibe ultimately acknowledged that the Kufuor government had made greater strides in this regard than the present efforts under John Mahama. What efficacy can be expected from a depleted and ostensibly ineffectual enforcement apparatus, metaphorically akin to an armless blue water guard when confronted with Galamsey operators who are heavily armed? Mr. President, crack the damn whip. Amazing convictions. Greetings to my MP, Honorable Yaboama Mancha Bruce II from Takrade. And this one here says that, okay. This one, so Kwame Sapong Asiedu says that, okay, great. So Kwame Sapong Asiedu of CDD, he sent me this video of, I believe it's something that Felix Kwachufusu posted on his wall, which has to do with the strides that government is making in tackling Galamsey. And he says that this was posted a few minutes ago. It seems that the government is getting the message slowly. So I'll go to Felix's wall and check out what Felix has put out there, and then I'll read that to you. So Kwame, thank you. Thank you very much for the heads up. Now, Master Planner Junior, who is a policy analyst from Kentapo, says Galamsey is now the only sector running the 24-hour economy. Was that what President Mahama and his NDC meant by the 24 hours economy during the 2024 campaign? President Mahama promised to use AI to fight Galamsey, but now AI is using Galamsey to fight him. Ghanaians are watching closely. Let's give some time. Master Planner Junior policy analyst in Kintampo. Carlos from Ododo said the real issue with Galamsey lies with the NDC government, which has allowed itself to be publicly challenged by those behind it. While in opposition, the NDC accused some MPP bigwigs, even people at the Flagstaff House and the Ekofado, of fueling Galamsey and polluting our waters. They promised to arrest, expose, and prosecute these perpetrators. Yet today, what has been done? Wuntumi has been arrested for only 2 days and released, later boasting about it. The same alleged bigwigs now encourage their supporters to escalate Galamsey to tarnish the government's image. Why hasn't the government named and prosecuted the so-called kingpins? Professor Frimpong Watson's report to President Ekofado listed names. What has been done about them? 8 patriots have died in this fight. The government must act decisively. Carlos from Ododo sends that message. So this one from Enoch in Afienya. He says, good morning, host. When persuasion fails, force must be applied. The greedy Galamseyers can't take the nation for a ride. Governments must act ruthlessly and solve this canker for good. Mr. President, PSH Tema Shipyard needs a board. Regards to Chairman Jasper of Tema West, who sends that message. Okay. Well, I guess that we would... Okay, so this one, yes. This one, Gideon Japan from BBNE. Says, John Mahama and the NDC deceived the good people of Ghana with reckless promises, claiming they had all the solutions to the Galamsey menace that threatens our very survival. Today, instead of peddling excuses, they must show true leadership and confront this escalating crisis head on. Gideon Japan from BBNE sends that message. All right. So I guess that there's another matter which I want us to look at. But before we do that, we'll take a little breather, please. Stay with us.
Jay, watch it, not learning. Missy, watch and learn. Makwaya mabesisia. Abozege. Akache say no ya konate and the more drink woman. Hey. But I didn't mean. Oh, sorry. She knew her. Oh, dash. Eji. Dabio, baby wom. Ready. Hey, baby wom. Uncle. Ah, Eji. I'll cause some discomfort. Ah. Uncle. Sorry, well, uncle, where would the dad? Why your funeral? At your phone for Arrowfield Trading. Sorry, it killed them all.
Na mom hwe na ndadanya waso mosquito coil esudu wo mu no mu na se spray wo dan mu so a twan sima adronum ansa na akodan no mu
Enkratoi FDA agiatum.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswati. Why wouldn't he be late? Obey you later.
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Go be from Georgia, be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be lucky, luckiest. No matter what you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Senya God the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show, remember, it's also live on 94.1 FM. That's on your radio dial. We're also live on X, on YouTube, and on Facebook. Metro TV Ghana. That's what you need to type, and you can watch the show live. I'm here with Isaac Buamanyako, MP for the Efia Constituency, and also a private legal practitioner. Fred Egbenyo is also here. He's a member of Parliament for the Guan Constituency. Fred, what is it that we're hearing that your national chairman is on a thank you tour? What do you know about this thank you tour? Because we thought the president had done this thank you tour already. Do you have it? I know you don't speak for the national chairman, but you are also, you know, a very, very important member, a very powerful member of the party. What have you been picking up as to what the rationale or the thinking behind this thank you tour is all about? In fact, if you look at today's newspapers, there's the Republic, David Tamaklo's Republic, my very good friend David Tamaklo. His report says Mosquito's thank you tour sparks fears of early presidential campaign. And the story is on page 7. And it says, Prince Ahinkra says the political landscape in Ghana is buzzing with controversy as Johnson Asidu Nketia, the newly elected national chairman of the National Congress, not newly elected, but yeah, well, you know why he means by the newly elected. The national chairman of the NDC embarks on what is officially termed as thank you tour. Oh, I get the mischief. This is the newly elected. David Tamaklo is a very funny guy. Newly elected, as if to say it's only people who have just been newly elected who do thank you tours. Okay, I get the mischief. But it says the initiative, however, is raising serious concerns and has ignited expect to give the chairman a significant head start in future presidential race. Reports from outside the NDC, from inside the NDC, suggest that while the tour is being presented in an act of gratitude for the party's landslide victory in the 2024 general elections, it is in effect a strategic effort to consolidate his political base ahead of other potential presidential candidates. An aide to the chairman, Justice Yeboah, is on the defensive, maintaining that the tour is a genuine show of appreciation to the Ghanaian people. According to Yeboah, the tour is a fulfillment of a promise that Asiedu Nketia made to break with the tradition of politicians who neglect their constituents after securing victory. So Chairman Asiedu Nketia wants to correct the long-standing culture where politicians find ways to reach hard to access areas only during campaign season and disappear once elections are over. But this explanation has done little to quell the skepticism. Analysts and party insiders believe the tour is a classic maneuver to test the political waters and build momentum for a future presidential bid. Scheduled to take place from September 17 to 19, 2025, will see the chairman visit 16 constituencies in the eastern region, a move seen as an attempt to expand his influence beyond his traditional strongholds. The political gambit has reportedly caused unease within the party, with other potential presidential aspirants concerned about the unfair advantage the chairman is creating for himself. As the tour rolls out, all eyes remain on Asiedu Nketia to see if there's a mere gesture of thanks or the beginning of a larger, more ambitious political project. I mean, what's happening? Do you know? What's happening? Do you know?
Our approach has always been to decentralize our campaigns. And so 2024 election, we had about 3 groups. One led by His Excellency the President himself, then President John Dramani Mahama, another group led by... And so if the national chairman thinks that he's not too much engaged in other activities, and so he also wants to of Ghana, who voted overwhelmingly, for the NDC in the last elections. From where I sit, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it. Now, all of us, even as MPs after elections, we all went back to our constituencies. We visited every community to say thank you to the people who voted for us. And when it becomes, as a political party, we have 2 groups of people, even the community. There must be a time I'll make time now to go and talk to the general, public. So I don't personally see anything wrong. And what I heard so far when we went to Jamai, I monitored the clips on social media.
Right.
It was all about peace, all about unity. It's about thank you very much for the selflessness and the work you did for us to, win the elections. And you took opportunity to tell them what is happening in government and what government intends to do and call everybody to come on board and all that. For me, there's nothing wrong. So if I get opportunity, I will do same. Okay. All party members will do same. And let me say quite categorically that all of us political actors, we all have our personal ambitions. And as and when the opportunity comes, you may want to take advantage of it. But at the end of the day, I say every day, God in heaven that makes skins. And it's the people who might determine that they want to support you. Where the national chairman, Comrade Asiedu Nketia, sits. Why? He has seen it all in politics. Go and check his political history. Check his... You see, because of the way he posited and came across, people don't know him. That's a first-class business student from the University of Ghana Business School. That's somebody who, before the 1992 Constitution was drafted, he was part of the Constituent Assembly, who represented the Brona-Hafo part of the country. They forced him to become almost the first MP in 1993. He was in Parliament for 12 years. During that period, he became a Deputy Minister of Agric. He was very, very instrumental in introducing cashew and all those things into our country. After serving as an MP, he came back, became the General Secretary of our party. In fact, I think that in the history of this country, nobody has served as the General Secretary longer than he did, almost 17 years as the General Secretary. At the same time, Socialist International, a global body of all the left-wing political parties. At the point, he was the vice president, to the president of Spain then. So he has enormous experience and what have you. Anytime you sit down with chairman general, you move with something new, definitely. You will learn something that this politics that we see is not just the thing that we see for our eyes, right? And if today is the national chairman of the party, even if he has an ambition to run as a presidential candidate, really, what is wrong with it? It's not more than qualified to want to govern this country, looking at all the expertise and experience that he's gained over the period. To the extent that his activities will not direct current efforts, will not create any division, will not create any tension.
But are you aware Are you aware that Asidun Ketia himself, in a recent interview on another media platform, advised party members and appointees to focus on the job at hand?
That's right.
And not nurture or not even think of contesting for flag bearership because that would derail the efforts or it would affect the government. Simply put.
That's true.
Adversely. And then he says, what is important now is for the government to succeed.
That's correct.
If the government succeeds, it won't really matter much. And I'm going to use his words, it matter much. It doesn't matter, but it won't matter much who the party puts up
That's correct.
as the next leader for the 2028 elections, because we'll make the work easier because Ghanaians are happy. So will it then be acceptable or tenable for us to be told that he has started his journey very early? That is, if indeed that is the case.
Moro, you know national chairman of our party very well.
Very, I do.
Comrade Asidun Ketia is not a hypocrite, it's not a coward. If the intention is that he wants to campaign for flag bearership elections, you organize a press conference and announce it.
Okay.
And move on the ground. The man didn't say he's going to campaign. He said, I'm going on a thank you tour. This may not be the first time he's doing this. Even after the 2016 election, when we lost election, then as a general secretary, he visited a number of constituencies across the country, thanking the people and trying to reconcile the people. In 2020 election, when we lost, he did the same thing. Maybe because now people are already saying that he wants to contest for the presidency. That is why they are reading meanings into what he's doing. Otherwise, for me, it's not something new.
Okay.
And from where I sit, if his intention is to go out there and campaign as somebody who is seeking to run for the office of the president or the flag bearership of that party, knowing him for who he is, he will say it openly. That yes, I want to contest as flag bearer. And I think it's about time for me to start engaging and campaigning. And so I'm going to campaign. He will not hide from that.
Okay.
He's not a man that is scared to say, what he wants to do or he feels like doing. Not.
Okay.
So what he has put out is that he is going on a thank you tour. Almost everybody who may have an ambition to want to contest, people have the right to be doing one thing or the other. And like I said, whatever you do, it must be done in such a way that it doesn't derail the collective objective now. Whoever becomes the flag bearer for our party is going to operate and run on the back of this particular government, the way that President Mahama's administration will do. And so it's in our collective interest that we support President Mahama and this administration to succeed.
Right.
Once the government succeeds, like he rightly said, whoever we put forward wouldn't have to struggle too much to get the blessing of Ghanaians to become the next president.
Okay.
And so, for me, let us respect what they have said as of now, that is embarking on a thank you tour. And I said, this is not the first time he's doing it. I am aware. Because in the 2020 elections, I was part of his campaign team. We taught the whole of this country together. And when we finished, I was the national headquarters as the national officer of the party, and I am aware he embarked on a similar thank you tour. And so if he's doing the same today, why is this one becoming news?
Okay.
Is it because there are speculations out there that he may want to run for the presidency?
Okay.
Even that one, I am not too sure if he has said that categorically.
Right.
I've heard a lot of people talk about it. He hasn't called me and said, Fred, I am running. I want to run for flag. He has never said that to me. I don't know.
Right.
For now, it's speculation. And if indeed he intends to do that, when the time comes, he will come out openly and campaign. Let me conclude by saying that we have several prominent people in our party who have distinguished themselves, who have served very well. Several names are making their rounds on social media and even the traditional media about people who want to put themselves forward to contest. The current chief of staff, I've heard his name in the social media. People are mentioning his name. I've seen him around these days engaging more with people, talking with groups and all that. And we all know the work he does. We know his experience. He started the party as a deputy propaganda secretary in the Eastern region. He rose to become a regional. He became a regional chairman. From regional chairman, when we won the election, that Professor Mills, he was taken to a tourism board. He works there as the chief executive.
Okay.
Then later he became the minister of local government.
CV.
Then he was a regional minister at a point in time. Then became a chief of staff at the presidency. We saw the work he did before we lost power. We are back into office. He's still a chief of staff.
That's fine.
My brother and friend, Honorable.
Let me
When he had opposition about MP, was I here? When I came, you had to talk about anything matter. Omoro, wait, you have been biased. When you brought in Isaac spoke about NTP. I was not here.
No.
It's what they want to say.
No, my production team has just drawn my attention to a video. Let's watch it. Let's enjoy this before we continue. Let's watch it.
You have been diabolic. Now I don't. You are a suspect.
Right. Let's watch this.
Right. Moro is a suspect. Don't follow him. Right. Don't follow Moro.
Fellow Akatamansonians, fellow Akatamansonians,
Please forgive me. Yeah, it looks like the journey has started. Yeah, I won't say much. Anyway, let me bring Isaac.
But let me just.
Oh no.
Let me just land. This is not his issue.
Thank you.
Where is the
wait? Let him come.
Isaac, wait. You see, you'll be unfair to me.
No. What you been talking about?
Fred, you've had a very good time.
Yes.
In fact, I enjoyed your presentation.
Yes.
In fact, when you started releasing the CV of Asiedu Ketia, his journey from 1992, 93 to date. And I don't know, when you were ending, you went to the chief of staff. So initially, I was going to recommend to General to make you his PA.
Oh, why?
To make you his PA. And so stay there. But the way you were going, as if you want to go to Julius, please stay where you are.
What is the meaning of this?
The point is that.
No, it's a friendly suggestion.
The point is that the thank you tour that General is embarking on. I've not read anywhere that it is official party thank you tour. He's the chairman of a political party. There are 4 elections. President has gone to thank the people of Ghana for and on behalf of the political party. Now, chairman of the party also sees the need to do a personal thank you tour, and he's embarking on it. Nobody can take away his right to go around and thank anybody. But it all speaks to the fact that time no day. Now, President Mahama is not going again. Everybody who sees that he has to lace his boots has to start from somewhere. So recently, I've seen the chief of staff joining Joy FM Invitational Tournament. He's now the best scorer of penalty kicks, and he's now doing exercise and jogging, raising his legs. And
why? Do you have a problem with that?
No, it's very good.
So people must not exercise again.
No, he's doing public exercise. He's doing public fit.
Okay.
And so it tells you.
When are you joining him?
Oh, I saw Samia Uku with him on the most recent one. So, Chief of Staff, please let me know your next visit and I'll join you from the Fia Constituency.
Well, I think there's one coming off, I think, somewhere by the weekend.
Okay.
I just saw it on
please tell him
to
come.
Yes, organized by the Chief of Staff.
No, I think I'm organizing it, but he too will be there.
He will be there.
Now he will go for everything. And I like his green boots and his green top. You know, they are very strategic when it comes to their dressing.
You are very mischievous.
Why?
So, very mischievous.
You see the boots. You see the green boots.
It's kind of like green. He likes green. So I like to wear
with the black pants and the green top.
Why, you have a problem with the colors too?
No, it tells you his makeup artist and his dress. You see the way he's raising the hands.
If a mother is so much laugh, right?
So It's early days yet. It's early days yet. I'm waiting to see. You know, PP after Kufo, we had 17.
Yes.
Fortunately, they will not get to 17. Yes. Because if they get to 17, then that one will be in serious problem as a council. So you keep it to 5. You leave it at 5.
No,
we have.
It's also going on.
Now we have chief of staff. We have the chairman. We have the finance minister.
Yeah,
we have.
I the one selecting them.
Oh, but you know when they are talking, you see when they come out and they are doing sector work, who again is
actually doing a good job with the finance.
I pray that he takes care of himself because I don't want to go to the disasters that are coming up within that space.
Which space?
Your space.
Which space?
People should be very careful. What they eat and what they drink.
Don't fabricate
what they eat and what they drink. And even when they are
let's focus.
Yeah, so
on the thank you
I think the thank you tour, I don't know why General after 9 months of an election is now going around. But as I said, it is his right to go and thank his people. But as he himself had also stated, all of these things should not derail the focus of government. But if he thinks that now the government is on a good queue, and so he has to start his political ambitions now, we wish him well.
Okay.
And then the chief of staff too, he should stay in Jubilee House. You see now things are getting out of hand.
What is
even when you check even releases from presidency, now there are so many issues we are picking from his office. Certain things that he has to work, he doesn't go, he has to go here.
But why do you allow them to make this thing?
No, he hasn't told us
exactly what he said.
Asking for the evidence. They can't just
Which
come
evidence?
and what have you picked from
what I'm
presidency?
hearing.
From where?
That even when you go there are certain things that he manages and certain things has
you
to
heard
do
from
outside.
Where?
Oh, you want me to give you my source?
No, but it's unfair.
You want me to
You
give
can't
you
just
my
come on
source?
national television and then just fabricate something.
Which
no evidence.
fabrication?
What are you saying?
Okay, you wait. Next week I'll give you
What next week?
particulars.
Please bring him back next time. Give the evidence.
I'll be with you next week. So
somebody goes to exercise on Saturday morning. It was supposed to be on
now it's early days yet. I'm enjoying the Cape Fit. I'm enjoying
go
the
and
thank
let
you tour.
one of your people in January.
Go
and let one of those people.
We know that you have only 4 months. You have 4 years.
Who are you supporting?
Me. You, I will tell you.
Who are you supporting?
Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move on. So this is much ado about nothing. Isn't it?
No, come on.
It's much ado about nothing.
It's much ado about.
No, that's not chairman. You see, even the argument you are making, the president, look at the normal stats on the president. So if they thank you talk, we have to do it regionally, right?
Okay.
So if national chairman now is going to constituencies, and you understand, so what is wrong with it? I can also get up and say, "Yeah, thank you."
Let's use the rest of the.
You put your mischief.
The rest of the 12 minutes. 12 minutes. I'll split it between the two of you, 6 minutes each. Let's look at some update on our. It's actually 10 minutes. Yes, our Chief Justice, former Chief Justice. Sorry, just Gertrude Tokonu. She's back in the news. She's contesting an aspect of the ruling which has led to an aspect of the committee's work which has led to the president's decision to remove her as Chief Justice. And so you look at today's Daily Post, and it says the former Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu filed an application challenging her removal by President John Dramani Mahama from both the Office of Justice and as Justice of the Supreme Court. Now, at the heart of her application is the contention that the president used a single process to remove her from 2 distinct judicial offices. So, before she was made Chief Justice, she was a judge of the Supreme Court. So, she says that an action, she argues, violates the Constitution. Now, Mrs. Tokonu's challenge specifically targets the legal foundation of the removal process, asserting that the president cannot constitutionally use the procedure established for removing a Chief Justice under Article 1466 to simultaneously remove her from her position as a Justice of the Supreme Court. She maintains these are separate offices requiring distinct removal procedures under the Constitution. The application filed under Articles 23 and 141 of the 1992 Constitution, Order 55 of CEI 47, seeks to nullify the warrant of removal issued by the President on September 1, 2025, which ousted Tokonu from both the office of Chief Justice as a Justice of the Supreme Court. Mr. Tokonu's removal followed a series of petitions submitted to the President earlier this year by Daniel Ofori, the Shining Stars of Ghana, and Ayamga Yakubu Akologo Esquire, alleging stated misbehavior and incompetence. The petitions accuse her of misconduct, including misuse of public funds, unlawful interference in judicial proceedings, abuse of power in administrative transfers, and unethical conduct. And it gives us a background to why she's been removed. Now, Mr. Tokonu's legal team emphasizes that the petition submitted by Daniel Ofori, the Shining Stars of Ghana, and Ayamga Yakubu Akologo Esquire specifically targeted her conduct as Chief Justice, not her performance as Supreme Court judge.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, they argue that the committee's mandate was therefore limited to investigating her suitability as Chief Justice alone. Extension of the committee's recommendation to remove her from both offices represents an unconstitutional overreach that violates the separation of powers and undermines judicial independence. The former CJ also asserted that removing a justice of the Supreme Court requires a separate committee properly constituted under Article 1464 of the Constitution. So, essentially what she's saying is, yes, you removed me as Chief Justice, but I'm still a judge. Yeah. And I must be able to go to work and work as a Supreme Court judge. What do you make of this?
Yeah, more interesting. And unfortunately, we don't have much time.
Yes.
I hope next time we can spend a little. Because, this is about our jurisprudence.
Yes.
Our legal jurisprudence being put to test.
Okay.
And whether the decision of the president to remove the Chief Justice, both as a Chief Justice and also a judge of the Supreme Court, was constitutional. Particularly when you reference the basis of his removal, of her removal, the fact that the petition against her was in her office and capacity as Chief Justice, the basis of her removal, as we know now, which had to do with her travel in official capacity as Chief Justice, and application of funds to pay per diem for the husband and child. Secondly, on the transfer of a gentleman, which happened to be her judicial function and the office or capacity as a Chief Justice. And so there should be clarity in decoupling the administrative function of the Chief Justice from the office of a judge of the Superior Court of Judicature. And so if the so-called stated misbehavior is a misbehavior that borders on her capacity as a Chief Justice, can you stretch it with all the mind to her performance as a Justice of the Supreme Court? And I think that is the gravamen of her call. And the fact that the committee itself, the clear terms of reference, had to do with her functionality as Chief Justice. And then also the removal recommendation from the committee was also on the basis of her function as a Chief Justice. Now, she's citing Article 146. And if you go to Article 146, there are clear regulations or procedure for removing a Justice of a Superior Court and that of a Chief Justice. Muru, let's reference 1464. Article 1464.
Of the 1992 Constitution, right?
Of the 1992 Constitution. Just a second, yes. The 1992 Constitution, Article 146 deals with removal of justices of Superior Court. At 4, the removal of a Chief Justice. The removal of a Justice of the Superior Court. 3 says, a Justice of a Superior Court of Judicature may be removed in accordance with provisions specified in this article. 3, if the President receives a petition for the removal of a Justice of the Superior Court, other than the Chief Justice, or the removal, there's a prima facie. Where the Chief Justice decides that there's prima facie, the Chief Justice shall set up a committee consisting of 3 justices of the Superior Court, appointed by the Judicial Council and 2 other persons who are members of the Council of State, now members of Parliament, lawyers who shall be appointed by the Chief Justice on the advice of the Council of State. Then the committee shall investigate the complaint and make recommendation to the Chief Justice, who shall forward same to President. Now, in the case of the Chief Justice, capacity of Chief Justice, that petition goes to the President. The president refers it to Council of State. The president sets up the committee, and then it follows like that.
Yeah.
So what the president did was consistent with the provisions of Article 146 for the removal of a Chief Justice.
Okay.
And so when you are removing her from Chief Justice, you cannot stretch it to cause a removal as a justice of the Superior Court or Supreme Court, because that is a different function. The function of Chief Justice is separate and different from the function of a justice of a Superior Court. Because in the justice of Superior Court, if you look at the basis for removal, stated misbehavior, incompetence, and the rest, it borders on your function as a justice of the Supreme Court, not on the function of a Chief Justice. And so I think that though I completely disagree with the basis for even a removal of the as a Chief Justice in the first place, we've made this over and over, but the president had the Ghana Bar raised issues as to the processes, the procedures. We've gone past it. The president has issued the president removed her. But why did the president stretch it to remove her as a justice of the Supreme Court? That for me, the very moment I read it, I knew the president had goofed. And I don't know who at the presidency advised him, because just remove her as a president, as a Chief Justice. And then if you think there are other reasons for her to lose her position as a justice of the Supreme Court, you go through the next process of let someone petition the Chief Justice. And the Chief Justice will now have to set up a different committee, because the committee to be set up to remove a Superior Court judge is different from the petition or the process that the president uses to remove a Chief Justice. And so I think that is where the gravamen of your application is.
There are a number of...
We should trust the court to really do justice to some of these things.
In fact, sitting here, there are a number of lawyers who have sent me messages on this matter.
Right.
And they're raising some very, very interesting arguments, except that time is not our best friend now.
Yeah.
But I think it's a conversation that would have to do some other time. And it's just the beginning, because for me, it's not just about Tokono, but there's a bigger conversation about what I'll call the consequences of a decision to remove a Chief Justice, and whether that automatically affects, even though somebody has sent me a ruling by Justice Amadou Tanko, where he says that once you are removed as a Chief Justice, that in itself, so as you lawyers should say ipso facto, it means that you cannot, because apparently the integrity threshold, once it does not apply to you properly as a Chief Justice, sort of affects you as a judge as well. I wouldn't want us to stretch this, because our time is up. We just have a minute to go. Fortunately, Fred Amwenyo is not a lawyer, so he wouldn't have a lot to say.
You see this behavior of it.
And so we'll just... So Lawyer James Alfredo, he sent me it's a very interesting one, a very long one. James, I won't read your message today, but tomorrow, trust me, we'll bring this matter up on Good Morning Ghana, and I can take my time and read the messages that you sent. And also to you, McLean, you sent me a message on the matter which has to do with bringing in foreigners from other West African countries, and whether it makes sense.
Yeah, we should have talked about the deportation.
We'll look at that as well. But let me look at this. So Ahmed Asiedu says that he's watching us on YouTube. When we gave you the forest to protect under your government, what did you do to it? That's Ahmed Asiedu sends that message. And also Ahmed Asiedu on Facebook says, just wage a war on the champagne manufacturers and our water bodies will be saved. This is not rocket science, but my people are behaving as if they have not seen the people who are manufacturing these destructive machines. He says from Kosa Ahmed on YouTube, who's watching us on YouTube, says, we've supported Haiti in the street to call for a state of emergency then. And this one, okay, I believe we're done. Okay, that's it. So Fred, I don't, because our time is
why are you doing this?
Oh, you want to talk about Tokono? That's fine. A minute. Generally, what I thought.
I'm just surprised about this.
Oh, no. You're my big brother.
You see, the thing with the law is that when you even put 10 lawyers here over a single issue, everybody will give you their version, the way they understand it, and their own interpretation. Even the Supreme Court that has the overall mandate to interpret the Constitution, even them, when you put 3 of them together, people will disagree and people will agree.
Fred, I beg you, I need to do this. I want to wish somebody, a very, very special person, happy birthday. So, Mrs. Edwina Kwashi of Adenta News Site. Today, you're celebrating your 66th birthday. Now, we want to wish you a happy. In fact, she's popularly called Mavines. A very popular woman. That's her. Today, she turned 66. A very fantastic woman, eh? Yes. Mrs. Edwina Kwashi. Yes. Today, she turned 66. You know, she's a very powerful woman.
Where did you sleep last?
Very powerful woman.
Oh.
Happy birthday to you once again.
What does this day bring, Ata?
Sun all day. Actually, my app says it's going to rain at noon. I am going to buy my own boat. Who is with me?